How do you not get sick on a cruise ship? Because that's often in the media. Some norovirus or some other thing spreads through a cruise ship. I've been on. I was on the Breeze one time with Sam. The previous sailing, there was like some sort of thing that went around, and so we weren't able to serve ourselves food for the first half of the cruise. Everything, it was the crew had to serve it with tongs.
Okay.
And so that was so they have measures that they take when something happens to mitigate the spread of stuff like that. So what are some of the things you can do? And it really boils down to two tips that are the same tip. Wash your hands and use hand sanitizer. It's the same thing. Keep the hands clean. The hands are the things that are going to come into contact mostly with other objects and people. And so you're going to want to wash with soap and water and dry them properly. And then when you're out and about on the ship, they've got the hand sanitizer stations. It takes no time out of your day. Stick your hand under there, the little, and then as you're walking, just do the thing. And that's really the best thing that you can do. Anything beyond that would, I think, be a little paranoid, maybe.
Yeah.
There's some good etiquette when serving yourself food,
If you're going to sneeze or cough, cover your mouth.
Yeah, turn away.
Turn away
and
from
cover.
the food, yeah.
And when you're serving yourself, use the utensils to serve yourself. Don't just grab with your hands, unless it's obviously okay to do that, like a box of cereal. You probably don't need tongs for the box of cereal.
No, you don't,
Once you touch something, don't put it back.
Yeah.
Generally speaking.
Yeah.
Because, you don't want to spread whatever you might have. As much as protect yourself, protect others, pay it forward.
Yeah.
But mostly it's that. 21 cruises, I got sick once. I got a cold from somebody else in my party. I would have gotten it from them as hanging out at home.
Yeah.
It would have happened cruise ship, not cruise ship.
I've done what, 6, 7 cruises now? And the only time I've been sick is by motion sickness.
Yeah, or like a little heat stroke.
Or a little heat stroke. That's it.
Yeah.
And nothing by the food or other people here. It's quite safe, and the standards and guidelines that they use to keep people safe is phenomenal.
And that's actually, I think, maybe one of the things is people sometimes confuse heat stroke with like getting sick, because the symptoms are somewhat similar.
Yeah.
You can run a fever, there can be vomiting, you can feel generally ill, a little congestion even, and stuff like that. And so protecting yourself from the sun can help you, from heat stroke. Wear a hat, have sunblock, don't spend too much time in the sun, consume water, not just tequila when you're on a cruise. Things like that can help keep you well, even though it's not like a cold you would catch, but it might have similar symptoms. You might misidentify it. That's sort of a thing, being aware of the food you're eating when you're in port, things like that.
Make sure things are fully cooked,
Yeah, but generally speaking, again, 21 cruises, got sick one time, and I would have gotten sick anyways, where I've been on the cruise or not. So I think that it's one of those things where it gets reported on a lot when it happens, but it happens rarely.
Very rarely, yeah.
So, it's similar to like when a Tesla car crashes. It happens so rarely it makes the news, but if that's all that is making the news, that's what you think happens all the time, even though it's much more rare an occurrence.
Yeah.
And it's this irony that is because it's rare that it gets reported on, people think it happens all the time. Yeah. It's a very short circuit to misrepresent reality, which is unfortunate. And again, don't let it hold you back.